Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will be discussing about Splunk deployment with an example use case. So now let's see the Splunk deployment. Splunk deployment. Go to the tools and click on the Splunk installer. Now here click on run. So here first check the use the Splunk forwarder and then accept the license agreement. Click on the check this box to accept the license agreement, and here you will get option next. Click and leave the settings as default folder. Click next, and now here you can simply skip this step, and now install Splunk Universal folder as local system. And here you can see it asks for Windows event log. You can select all of them, and also you can also click if you want performance monitor. You can select all of them, and here we have also active directory monitoring if you want. And now here you have to set the password. So according to the requirement, create a password and confirm the password. Now click next. And here it asks for the deployment server for hostname or IP, and here you can see the default port number is 9997. Here I am entering the default hostname receiving index of my default machine, which is 10.10.10.16, which is my Windows Server to the Windows 10 2016 machine, Windows Server 2016 machine. And here you can see the default port is 9997. Let's keep the default port. Now click install. So you can see it will be installing. Wait until it completes. So after installing, you can click on finish. So now let's switch to Windows 10 2016 server. Recently I have installed in Windows 2012 server. Now here I will be installing the Splunk forwarder also. Here just follow the same steps as I have followed in before installation. So now let's open the tools folder and then install the Splunk forwarder. Now follow the process as it is which I have followed in previous installation on Windows 2012 server. So now you can see the status is finished and I am switching back to my Windows 2012 server machine. So here before using this Splunk we should configure. So now let's go to the Splunk folder, go to the Splunk installation folder, navigate to local disk C, and here under program files search for the Splunk universal forwarder, and now navigate to the etc, and under etc go to system, and here under system go to the local, and under local here we should have to configure the inputs.conf file. Right click and open it with the edit with notepad++ option, and here type the following lines which I type here for configuration. And after completing, just save the file. And here we have kept the host as Windows Server 2012 machine. Now let's save the file. We have configured Windows Server inputs.config. Now let's configure the outputs.conf file. Just right click and edit with Node++, and here you can see it has opened, and add the following lines here. Save it. And now there is another configuration file which we have to configure. So now let's navigate to the here we have searched for the props.conf. As we haven't found, you can create the new text file and name it as props.conf. Now let's create a new file here. Click on new, and here save it as the props.conf, and add the following lines which I add here now. And after save it, And now let's again open the Notepad++ and create a new file and save it as the transforms.conf. So after saving it as the transforms.conf, add the following lines now which I add here. So after adding this line in, save the transforms.conf and exit. So now after configuring all the files, so now let's open the Splunk forwarder. And now under the etc/app/splunk forwarder and local folder, open the inputs.conf file and add the following lines here. And so now we are done with the configurations. Now let's open the Splunk forwarder. So before starting Splunk forwarder, we should enable the service. So go to the administrator tools and click on the services tab, services icon, double click on the services icon here. So now here we should enable the Splunk forwarder service. So search for the Splunk forwarder service. Now we are all set to go. So now let's switch to our Windows Server 2016 machine. And here I am opening the Google Chrome browser. Launch the Google Chrome browser. And now enter the following address to open the Splunk home. So here you can see it will be redirected here. So here it will ask, is it first time signing in? So now here the username will be admin and the password which we have created at the time of installing, you should enter the password, that one, and now click on sign in. So for first time it will show you on tour. Click on got it on pop-up, and you can skip this. And here you can see the UI, how it looks like the Splunk Enterprise Home. Here in apps we have search and reporting and find out more apps. Here we should add the Splunk Forwarder app, and here you have message tab, and here under app we have settings. So here under Explore Splunk Enterprise we have the product tools, add data, and etc. You can click on add data, and here you can see you can click on skip or you can click on continue to tour. Here you have various options. So here you will have what data do you want to send to Splunk platform. Here you have the guides. Now let's go back, and here you can click on the settings option from the top bar. Here we have the app settings. Here you can see the Splunk forwarder, some etc. app, and you can see the status of the apps. This is the app running, etc. So now click the settings drop down from the top navigation bar, and here under data go to forwarding and receiving option. Under forwarding and receiving option, here in receive data you have to add the port to receive the data from the Windows Server 2012 machine. So as you can remember the port we have configured at the time of installation, which is the default port 9997. So here click on new receiving port. Here click on the add new, and here enter the port number. So enter 9997 and click OK. Click on save. So here you can see the listening on the ports and port number. If you want to add any other ports you can also add, and here go to more apps, and here under apps just see that is Splunk forwarder enabled or not, is it running or not. So in status you can see that this is disabled. Now enable it. So now you can see now it has been enabled. So after enabling it, go to Splunk Home and it will ask you for restart. So here you can see enable Splunk forwarder, a notification on top. Here under the server control option, click on restart Splunk. Now let's go to the Splunk forwarder. Here the search console appears. Now click the following search query. So this is for the TCS scan. Now let's click the 5-minute window and now save this query as search it. Now save this query as an alert. And in the alert, enter the following details for the alert. For the title, TCP scan alert. In the description, so in the description keep it as TCP scan is detected. And keep the permission as private and alert type is in real time. Now tick the throttle button. And in the suppress results containing field value, type the IP address of the machine 10.10.10.12, which is the Windows Server machine's IP address. And here type 5 and select it as the Minix. Now click the add actions and add to the triggered alerts. Click the severity as low. Now save the alert. Now you can close the pop-up. So the alert has been saved. Now delete the existing search. Now let's type the new query for Xmas scan alert. Keep it as 5-minute window. Search for it and save it as an alert. Now in the title type Xmas scan alert and in the description as Xmas scan is detected. And keep the permissions as private. Alert type is real time and leave the settings as it has been saved in the previous result, so the settings will be same. Now check once the severity is as low. Now can save the alert. So you can close the pop-up. Now delete the existing search and let's type in another query for detecting the fin scan. Enter the following query, search query, and keep the time minutes as the 5-minute window. Now search for it and save it as an alert. Enter the following details for the alert. Title, FinScan alert. In the description, type as FinScan is detected and keep the settings as the same. Check the settings, the IP address and the severity is as low. Now you can save. Close the pop-up. So now let's go to my Windows Server machine. So this is my Windows Server machine, and here let's navigate to the snot folder, which is in the C directory. Now let's run this snot. Go to the bin, go to the bin folder, and by clicking on shift and right click, here you can see option open command window here. Click on it. Now let's type the following command to run this snot. The command is snot -i1 -a console -c c/not/etc -l c/not/log -a full and press enter to start snot. So you can see here snot is started. If you enter all the command information correctly, you will receive a command starting commencing packet processing window. So here you can see commencing packet processing. So if it comes means that this node has started successfully. Now minimize the command prompt and let's switch to our attacker's machine, which is Kali Linux machine. So this is my Kali Linux machine. Now let's do the scanning phase attempts and attacks on the Windows Server machine using the TCP scan, TCP full scan, null scan, Xmas scan, and extra. So now let's open the terminal. Now let's perform the SIM scan. We have already seen the type of network scan attempts in the module 2 labs itself. Now let's do it again. So this is the SIM scan which we will be doing using the nmap-s capital S and followed by the IP address. So you can see the result on the open ports, states and services. Now let's clear it and perform the TCP full scan using nmap-s capital D command followed by the IP address of the target machine. Oh, TCP full scan is also done. Now do the let's perform the TCP null scan using the nmap hyphen s capital N hyphen T4 hyphen A hyphen V followed by the IP address of the target machine and hit enter. So after this, now let's perform the Xmas scan. Nmap hyphen s capital X and hyphen T4 followed by the IP address and hit enter. So the Xmas scan is also performed successfully. And now let's perform the fin scan. Nmap hyphen s capital F hyphen T4 followed by the IP address of the target machine and hit enter. So now you can see it is also performed successfully. Now let's switch to our SIM mission as our all network scanning attempts are performed successfully. So here go to the triggered results. So here you can see TCP scan alert, fin scan alert, Xmas scan alert and TCP scan alert. You can see it has detected the scan alerts. Now you can view the results which you want. Now let's see an example view result of the TCP scan alert. So here you can see from the IP address which it has performed and the flags. So in this way you can create use case and generate alerts for the network scanning attempts